question for you. What is a topic of conversation that friends and family typically try to avoid? Well, because it can be a sensitive topic, maybe even confrontational. Have you guessed yet? If you said politics, you are correct. Well, we are about to get political, but in a different way, my way. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty of politicians' agendas or anything like that. What we are going to do is focus in on Election Day. The United States and Aruba both have elections coming up in the next few months. We're going to take a look at what makes our island's Election Day unique compared to the US. Any law or regulation in the United States that happens only on Election Day?
Any law or regulations that happens only on Election Day?
Any laws that take place on Election Day?
Hold on, rules and laws enforced only on Election Day. I don't think I'm gonna have a good answer for you for that one.
I can't think of any, seriously.
We don't have any special rules on Election Day that I'm aware of.
Actually, for Election Day, what we have is everybody has the half day off.
Day. Is it true or false that every worker gets half day off to go vote?
Yes, it is true. Half day.
You mean about giving them the 4 hours? I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's a good law, I think, because you get more time to vote.
Actually, I support it. That's one of the benefits that make it easy to leave work and actually voting. Otherwise, you're going to be contracted with the time, or otherwise you have to put your own time leaving the work without pay to reach for the voting for that day.
I love it because in America they do encourage you to go and vote. However, they don't give you the time off to actually go do it. So even like work, they also encourage you to go and vote, but it's not like they say, okay, you can take the half of the day off or some hours off to actually go do it.
I think it's a great rule. I think it's a great law. A lot of times in America, people don't vote because work gets in the way and goes too long. So I think having mandated time off is great for that.
Well, I feel like it's important for you to have the time to vote, and you're busy all day long, I feel like everyone works long hours here. So if you want to get the voting in, I feel like that is important.
Yes, I absolutely support that rule that give a half a day off work.
It makes sense if you want a good turnout.
I think that's a good rule. That way nobody has any excuse for not going to vote.
A lot of people, and a lot of people feel guilty even just to take vacations. So to even go vote, a lot of people will not go vote because they may want to vote, but they may not go vote because of having to go to work that specific day.
In America, we don't get a half day off to go vote. And what happens to us is if we're working, say, 8 to 5 or on an 8-hour shift or a 10-hour shift, we have to rush and try to get to a polling place to cast our vote before they close at the end of the day.
So locals cannot get alcohol on Election Day?
No, on Election Day you cannot have alcohol.
Can you tell me in Aruba a few special laws that only happen in Aruba on Election Day?
No alcohol for the locals, but for the tourists, they can have it.
And how do you feel about that as a local?
I approve. I am 100% agree with that rule.
Why?
You have to be conscious of what you do. It's an election, it's for your country, so you have to be conscious of what you're voting for.
You need to get your mind set on who's gonna vote for, and yeah, that's the important thing.
That's good. That will avoid a lot of trouble. Because people, when they are in that, they go against the opposite party, and alcohol ignites them.
Actually, in general, for the alcohol on that day, they want people to be conscious what they're doing. Otherwise, if you're drinking, you have a party before voting, you cannot make a good decision at that time. I think that's why they promote, they have the rules, is without alcohol for that day.
I think it's a good idea. That way people are hopefully in the right frame of mind that they can properly vote.
I get it. I do. I can see that. I think everybody needs to be of sound body and mind when making such an important decision. If your voice is going to be heard, then yeah, it needs to be, not influenced by other factors. So I definitely understand it.
It's a good. That way, there's no, recalculations of ballots because I was drunk. I didn't know who I was voting for. It was a mistake, so forth. So I agree with that as well.